everyone, Caitlin here with Kait's Collectibles, and today's video is all about the Proplica Kaleido Moonscope. So the Kaleido Moonscope is Sailor Moon's weapon from the Super S season, primarily. Technically, it's also Chibi Moon's weapon as well, because they do have sort of that dual weapon. So if you're a fan of either character, really, you'd probably be picking up this wand because both of them use it. I think it's really interesting that Proplica has pretty much stuck strictly with Sailor Moon's items, maybe because they're more recognizable thus far, but they have announced that they're going to be doing, I believe it's the pink sugar wand. I know there's another name for, I think anyway, for it. I just can't remember what it is, but it's Chibi Moon's wand from S, which I am not planning on purchasing for a number of reasons. I think I said before, like, it's not that I dislike the character, but she's not my favorite. You sort of have to pick and choose what you want in your collection. Like, do I just want Proplicas, or is it that I only want Sailor Moon Proplicas? So I'm kind of hoping that they continue with making the Sailor Moon related items, because as I've said before, Stars is my favorite season. And now that we've reached this point in Super S, I'm assuming that they're going to do a locket set, probably Moon and Chibi Moon's lockets in the Proplica lineup. As well with Super S, there's some other really cool items like the Stallion Reeve and the Bell. And so I'm expecting we're going to see all of that before we're going to see anything from Stars, which really bums me out because I'm just desperate for that like eternal brooch and how they do the tier and like the attachments. Like, there's so many possibilities. So I'm excited to open this up and see what they've done exactly with the Kaleido Moonscope. It is a massive box. I can't even begin to explain, like, okay, here's my hand. I should probably have a measuring tape or something, but I mean, there's my hand, right? So the box is like a hand and a half high. It's 1, 2, like 3 hands long. As you can see, we've got the usual logos, right? Tamashii, Bandai. We've got this really great, like, reflective portion here, and I like that they've got the wand in the middle. Same with the Proplica and the Moonscope. This is all shiny gold, which is really pretty. And then it's kind of cute. They have this little inscription here. So it says, "For many years in Bandai, we have commercialized numerous props that are representative of transformation items. By introducing the latest development technology of collector's items to that know-how that we have cultivated up to now, we will pursue further real feeling, that is Proplica." So it's almost English. It's it's a little bit English, but it's really great. I love that they're really trying to like sell this Proplica line. We've also got on the side, this is from my pickup. We'll just remove that. That's not my name. That's my awesome friend who works at one of our local comic book stores. The comic book store is Happy Harbor. And my friend Andrea, who gets a big shout out here, is a fantastic person, great employee. If you live in this area, or if you're ever in Edmonton and you're looking to stop in at a comic shop, stop in at Happy Harbor and check out everything they've got. They're really great. They're wonderful about ordering items in. They do resale for you, like it's sort of a, you know, like they take a fee. But anyway, they're fantastic. I highly recommend them. Big thumbs up to Happy Harbor. So as we can see, Kate, so we've got the logo on the side here, and then the shot of the wand on the side of the box, same thing. And you can see they've got that inscription there as well. So if you want to read it, that's that. It's on both sides. And then the back of the box. So on the back, we've got Kaleido Moonscope again in shiny gold. We've got a full shot of the wand standing upright, as well as kind of a magical looking version. You can see that the wings apparently like kind of fold out like they do when she first pulls the wand out, and the wings go psh, right? So that's kind of cute. And you can see it stands upright on the stand, which I think is a smart decision and a dumb decision because when it stands upright, it looks really cool, right? Like, that's the way you want to see this wand, because she holds it really upright. Compared to some of the others where they can be at an angle. The problem is there's almost nowhere to put this thing. It's massive. And since it's supposed to be a real life size version of this item, like, I don't know about you, but I certainly don't have a bookshelf that tall to have it stand up. Even to have it stand on top of a bookshelf, I don't know if I'd have the height between that and the ceiling. And I have 9-foot ceilings in my house. So, I mean, if you have an 8-foot ceiling, who knows? And then it's way up high, and you don't want to keep it anywhere low if you've got children or pets or something that's gonna interfere with it. So unfortunately, this is one that I really don't know how I'm going to display, and I want to. So we're gonna have to figure something out. This one also takes, I believe, the LR44 batteries. Yes, it says right over here, 3 LR44s. So I have those on hand. I was looking for some in the store today, and I believe the version of these that's not called LR44, I think it's called a 357 is what I think it was either Energizer or Duracell calls it. And it says on the back of the packaging that it will fit LR44 spaces. So if you're looking in the store and you're having a hard time finding them, there's a little tip. As you can see, we've got the 25th anniversary logo showing up on stuff now. Amazing to think that it has been that long. We've got a bunch of information about the wand in Japanese on the back here as well, which I unfortunately cannot read. Yeah. All right. So let's see. I did already slice the packaging on one side. Which side? This side. Oh, yep, there we go. Okay, so it's got its typical very solid plastic. Oh, this is tough to pull out. It's really in there. Oh man, this thing does not want to let go. Oh, there we go. Oh man. Okay. So here's the wand. And it's actually pretty much all assembled other than putting the stand together. We've got a booklet, some information. So let's open this up. Now I'm assuming because I ordered this through a North American source who sourced it from their distributor, that there might be more instruction in English than I normally get with these when I pre-order them from Japan. For example, this helpful instruction manual. So unlike most of my videos where I seem totally clueless about what's going on, we have got some instructions. So crystal, there's an operation button on the back side of the wand that has a volume adjustment with a long press, okay? And there are 5 levels and it starts at level 3. So if you long press it, you can increase and decrease the volume. The mode selector is on the bottom. So when we start it up, the sound plays with voice. So you've got Moon Gorgeous Meditation with voice, the special technique theme, special technique with voice, attack sound effect fades out. Mode 2, we've got a reenactment of the first appearance mode with voice, first appearance BGM, voice from anime, voice attack sound effect fades out. Moon Gorgeous Meditation without the voice, theme, sound effect, fade out, and reenactment of the first appearance mode, BGM, no voice, sound effect, fades out. So we've got the usual where we've got a version with and without voices, and we've got 2 different versions of that. So we've got the Moon Gorgeous Meditation as well as when it first appears and what she says, which I don't really remember from the episode because I haven't watched Super S in a while, and the new Blu-rays aren't out for that yet. So let's look at the booklet. I love that they include these little booklets. I mean, I realize they're basically an instruction manual, but you've got some details on the wand here. So there we go, mentioning that it shows up in Super S, the run of Sailor Moon Super S, some details about the season and when it showed up and when she used it, etc., etc. There's where before the wings pop out. That was that little shot I was talking about. And down here, her using it. So this page is basically the exact page I just read, but translated into English. So I really like that they did that for this release. We've got information about the wand, where the batteries go, how the back piece opens. It looks like this one opens very similar to the spiral heart rod, where you just slide the cover off. You don't, oh no, there is a panel with a screw. So it's not quite like the music box. And we've got how the stand goes together and how it sits. We've got details, the size, 530 millimeters in height, which sounds very impressive. And it is very impressive, really. There's the back of the manual in case you're interested. Let's see here. Is this taped? It is not. Haha. Now the bottom of this, they have a rigid cardboard, and I like that because it's keeping the shape. Pieces of the stand, the wand, and the other piece of the stand. Okay, this is pretty cute. It's on the base of this stand. You can see they've got all the symbols here, and I really love, okay, so there's Moon, right? Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, Venus, Uranus, Neptune, Pluto, and even Saturn. Like, everybody gets a nod on this base plate. That's awesome. They don't usually do that. And since in the anime anyway, the outers really aren't in it. Like, they're in the movie, but that's it. So it's actually kind of nice to see them get a nod on here. Oh, I guess I should pay attention to what I'm doing. Oh, so cute. Look, there's, I don't know if you can see it. There's a Pegasus in here. Can you see it? On both sides, it's Pegasus. Hi, Pegasus. And then there's, oh, I'm super not doing this correctly. Oh no, it only fits one direction, so I can't be doing it wrong. And then this piece must go like this. That must be the problem. Yeah. So we've got this to cradle the wand so that it doesn't fall. I like that they do it that way, and then a base where it's going to sit at the bottom so that you'll be able to place it like that. And as you can see, like, you can't even see it, right? Like, it's so tall. I can't demonstrate it to you, but we'll take a look at it. So the base, really gorgeous, shiny pink. We've got that nice red color to the handle, which again, if you remember the 90s version at all, like, the handle was pink, which is fine, right? It was really great for the time. We all sure loved it, but it was all we had. I love the curve on this. It feels really good. I've got the wings, the crystal. They clip up, they come down. Ching. It must like shoot them down at some point. So here's our speaker, nicely hidden. Again, you can see my wet hair probably in the reflection. Here's our button for, oh, there we go. That's what pops them out. Pow. Let's see if I can do that from the other side. Nice. And then our sound button down there. We've got the opening for our base plate. The top is very clear, and you can see, like, there's this sort of pinkish shimmery material inside, and I'm assuming the whole thing must light up. I like that they cover these pieces because they do get scratched. I've noticed even with some of the stuff I have that's hardly ever been out of the package, never been played with, lightly been on display, just from some light wear and tear, like, it does scratch. Even that paper that covers it, honestly, I find scratches this gold paint. So if you're super diehard about collecting this stuff and, like, you don't want to see a scratch, good luck, because it's even, like, this is brand new from package, and I don't know if you can see it, but there's like a teeny tiny scratch that this came with on it. The clear orb portion of this, like, look how long this thing is. It's like coming at you. I should film in 3D. And then it's kind of like a flower shape. It's hard to see around the tip of this. Now to open up the back, I'm guessing you just pop this open. Yeah, so there's that piece, and it just clips back in. You unscrew here to place the batteries in, and then there's your off-on switch. So I'm going to pause briefly to grab my screwdriver. I'll open this up, put some batteries in, reconnect it, and we'll be good to go on the sound. Okay, so we've got the batteries installed. I've reconnected the screw, and before I put the back plate back on, I just wanted you to hear it when I turn it on. So in case you didn't, you can hear she's talking to you basically. I'll do it again. Nice. All I heard was something about dreams. I'm guessing beautiful dreams, since that's kind of the whole theme. Okay, that's really cute. I was wondering if it would make a sound when we did that. Now let's see here. Okay, so that was clearly one of the voiceless versions. So the bottom here is supposed to be our mode. So if I turn it to the right, you can't turn it all the way, but it sort of clicks and goes back. That obviously changes the mode, so let's see what happens this time. Okay, so that's the other voiceless version. I'm just going to see if anything different happens. I don't think it will when I do this. Nope. Okay, so let's see if I go to the next mode. So as you can see, I can turn the volume down. Let's see if I can turn it up. Okay. So we've still kind of got the instrumentals here. Try to figure out where the voice activated version is. You'd think that should mean we're on the voice version. But I never heard her say Moon Gorgeous Meditation. So she should be saying it. Oh, okay, I see. I don't know if you can see that this is lighting up. Let's try it again. See? So what happens is when you press the button the first time the music begins, you press the operation button a second time and she does her attack. If I press it another time, you get that sound effect and the rod lights up for both of those. It's hard to see, but it is doing it. And the music will fade out after I press it again. So if I go to that version, okay, let's try it again. So the music, if I press it again, and then another. So then if we end up on one of the instrumental versions, if I press it again, it should fade out. There we go. If I go to one of the instrumental versions, you no longer get the voice when you press the button, but you'll get the attack sound effect and the rod will light up. So, start it again. And then if I press the button again, so you get that sound effect. Anytime you press this top button, you hear the sound that these make when they come out. And then I have to press it again to end it. So there we go. So it feels really great in my hand. I wish I could show you, it's like the perfect size. The weapon always seemed really kind of ridiculously big in the anime for good reason. Like she's getting bigger, getting more skilled. She's get a bit of a view of the height of it there. She's kind of growing, I guess, and so is the weaponry that she uses throughout. Although I guess she takes a temporary step backwards with the tear. But yeah, so I like the size of this. I like the height. I like the way it feels in my hand. It definitely feels really real. Proplica's done a very good job of making these things feel legit, but not too heavy. Like it never feels like, oh my gosh, I'm going to drop this thing. It weighs so much. I love some of the little effects and details they put into this. It looks phenomenal, for one thing. They've done really unique ways of activating the different modes. The buttons on the back are very subtle, but they're in the perfect position for your hand if you were playing around with it. The mode thing being on the bottom where you just turn it that one time to change the mode. Awesome. Really, really clever way of doing that. I love that these little wings flip out. That was something I was kind of hoping it would do. And I mean, correct me in the comments if I'm wrong, but I don't think any previous version of the Kaleido Moonscope has actually done that. Like the 90s toy versions, it was just like some rigid plastic wings. These are far superior in terms of the look. I like that the rod portion lights up as well when you do that attack. That's really nice. And then the tip of the wand just looks excellent. The base is super cute. I love that they've included all the characters. I love the little nod to Pegasus on the side. All in all, this one is like a solid 10 for me in terms of the execution on it. I know some of them, like the music box, I was a little disappointed that it didn't actually do any projection, and I was under the impression that it did. But maybe that's more my flaw than anything else. This I absolutely love. I think it's great. I think you'll notice that some of the shiny areas of the plastic will get scratched up, especially if you use it as a prop when you're cosplaying. So definitely be careful and cautious when you're using it. But all in all, if you're a fan of the Proplica line or you're a fan of this kind of Sailor Moon toy or prop, definitely get this one if you can get your hands on it. Because look at how how great that is. The only difficulty is going to be in terms of finding somewhere to actually display it. You're going to be hard pressed to find a spot that is tall enough unless it's, like on top of a dresser or something like that, which eventually in my home is probably where some of this stuff is going to go when I find a piece of furniture that suits the room. So yeah, I would definitely recommend it. Keep your eye on the Proplica lineup. I probably won't be getting or reviewing any of the Chibiusa based stuff. Mainly, I'm thinking of her S items. So the pink sugar wand and that particular locket. I used to have a vintage version of that locket that I sold, and I should have done a review on it before I did, but I don't think I ever got around to it. So I would be hesitant to buy Proplica versions of those items unless there was something special about them that was going to blow me away. However, if they do come out with the Stallion Reeve for Super S, which I suspect they will, because that was one of the more sought after 90s toy items, like the resale on it was crazy high. And I suspect that one and the chalice were the two things that I was like, ooh, I wonder if they're going to do these. I think that they will. I think it's just going to be a matter of time. I suspect we're going to see the Super S lockets before we see the Reeve, and then possibly the Twinkle Bell after that, which I might consider getting just because of how cutesy it is. I haven't decided yet. If they, I mean, they have to come out with it first, right? So yeah, definitely expect more Proplica reviews from me as items are coming out. I took a little bit of extra time to get this review out, partially just because, you know, life. And there have been so many great items coming in that I've had such a hard time deciding what to do a review on next. So I'm really glad I finally brought this out, and now I'm going to be sad to try and find somewhere to put this thing to display it because it's so pretty. If you have a favorite item that you're hoping to see Proplica do, please let me know in the comments below. As always, you can like this video if you enjoyed my review. Make sure to share it with your friends if you think they'll find it useful. And as always, subscribe to my channel if you want to see more updates when they come out. Thanks for watching.